welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris and this is Chris Astrology. Today we'll be talking about Venus in Cancer, their attitude toward friendship and romantic relationship and their style. So let us talk about Venus in Cancer. We know that Cancer is a crab and it's a cardinal sign, so it has very dominant and very leadership-oriented position. But it's also water sign, so although Cancer is very leadership-oriented, it's also very soft and very emotional. I myself has a Sun in Cancer and Venus in Cancer as well, and my Venus is in the last degree of Venus in Cancer, which makes it even more strong in my chart. And yes, I would say I have a pretty strong leadership abilities, and I usually very protective of my loved ones. But I'm also very gentle, and although I'm usually dominant in the relationships, I'm very romantic and I'm taking care of my partners. So Venus in Cancer is very loyal to both their friends and their romantic partners, and they usually person who will protect what they think important to them, such as their house or their food. For example, if you have Venus in Cancer friends, it's a very good sign that these people will stay for you for a very long term. Venus in Cancer is very loyal to their friends, and especially their childhood friends, because Cancer is connected to the past. So usually Venus in Cancer people don't forget people who were important to them in their childhood. For example, I moved to the United States when I was a teenager, and it's a little bit harder to me to communicate with my friends back from Russia, but I'm still very close to most of them. I'm still friends with many of them on Facebook and other social media, and sometimes I communicate with them online. In those people who I lost contact with, I still remember them, and if I come up with them for some situation to them in social situation, like if I see them in public, I would love to see them, and I would love to renew our friendship. So also Venus in Cancer is very loyal to their partners, and they don't forget their exes. There is a stigma that Venus in Cancer will go back to their exes, but it's not very true. Venus in Cancer are very protective of their loved ones and themselves. So if Venus in Cancer had an abusive ex who was very rude to them, Venus in Cancer people would not go back to their ex. It's not a person who just sleeps with their exes. But they a little bit different. If they think that an ex was a good person, they would just like to become friends. And there is nothing wrong with being friends with your exes. So yes, maybe they would stay in touch, but I don't think Venus in Cancer people will sleep with their exes. They would just be on more neutral terms. I just don't think Venus in Cancer will usually hate their exes just for being their ex. Also, Venus in Cancer are very protective over home. Because yes, as most of you know, Cancer rules the mother and your family. So first of all, a lot of Cancer wants to commit and they don't like casual sex, and many of them want to have children, and even some people who don't want to have children. For example, I think I'm not sure if I want to have kids or not. Such people are very loyal to their family they were born into. For example, I know a lot of people who have Venus in Cancer and when they're 30s or 40s and they're not married and don't have kids. So they are very loyal to their parents and siblings instead. And yes, many people with Venus in Cancer want to have kids. So it's not very common to people with Venus in Cancer don't want to have kids. But other than just biological family, they're very protective of their home. Usually, if Venus in Cancer person invites you to their home, it's a sign that they trust you. And if they cook for you, it's a sign that they love you. So never be judgmental about how house of Venus in Cancer looks like. And also don't think that if a Venus in Cancer invites to you to their home, it means that they want to have sex with you. Usually it just means that they like you and they want to have a conversation with you and connect with you. So if you think that if you come to a Venus in Cancer house, you can just randomly start kissing them or touching them, is a very bad idea, because usually such people will just ask you to leave because they would think you violated their boundary. As I said in my video, how to track a cancer, some cancer can be sexual, but most Venus in cancers, if they see sex as more romantic thing, and they would not sleep just with whatever person comes around. If they have sex with you, it's usually in the committed relationship. They not people to just sleep around, at least not usual. So don't try to just see Venus in Cancer person as a hookup. They would be very angry at you and they would never forgive you for just using them. So yes, Venus in Cancer is very protective of our home. And for example, for myself, I'm very picky with who I invite to my home. And for example, if I invited somebody to my home and after several months I found out they were a bad person, I would feel very ashamed that I was so close emotionally to them, even there was no romantic or sexual interaction with us. Even if it just was a friend and they turned out to be a very bad friend, I would still feel very ashamed because I would kind of feel that my house was violated. Also, Venus in Cancer are very protective over food. They love to cook, and if they cook for you, or especially if they cook together with you, it's me a very important person to them. So never criticize if food Venus in Cancer cooks for you, and probably it applies to Cancer Sun as well. I remember once when I was a child, I criticized my aunt's food, who was a Cancer Sun. She has a Leo moon, but she was a Cancer Sun, and she got so angry at me that it was very frightening. So never criticize a food a person with Cancer placements cooks for you, because cooking something for you is a they show their trust this way, and if you violate this trust by criticizing, they would be very angry and they would be very hard to forgive you. And also, please don't eat food of Venus in Cancer. They know how much food they have, and if you want to have their food, you should ask. People who have Venus in Cancer feel very angry when you just eat their food without asking. Also, what style Venus in Cancer have? I would say that Venus in Cancer is more feminine Venus, because yes, water is feminine, and also like Cancer is ruled by mother. So I think man and like me, they would present more gender neutral, because they would still want to be masculine, but they would want to show their feminine side as well. So they would probably, I don't think they will present like very feminine, but they will still try to experiment with maybe like some softer colors, maybe like very pink, maybe even some light makeup. And if you are a woman with Venus in Cancer, you will be very feminine. You would wear a lot of skirts and dresses, but I don't think you will go that much in makeup, because you would not want to appear as very like you don't want to be seen as like very very sparkly and like very attention grabbing. You would want to present more feminine, so yes, you will use makeup, but it will be more light makeup. What else can I say? Usually I think I want to say that people who are Venus in Cancer, they usually are very good to their siblings and their parents. Of course, they all have, all people have some fights with their family, but Venus in Cancer, they feel very close to their home, so they would like to be in very close relation with their family. And if you become their partner, they would probably see you more as a family than just a friend or a person that have sex with you. They would still see their partner as part of a family, and they would care about them a lot as well. Even in Cancer, people are very romantic, but they would not do big gestures like Venus in Leo or Venus in Pisces. They would just show their love for taking care of you and be this motherly or fatherly figure for you. And if Venus in Cancer is more submissive, we would probably want to be the one you take care of. Like they would like to have a partner who would take care of their needs and make them feel safe. Also, I think that Venus in Cancer is kind of similar to Venus in Leo. but they want to show their relationship to outside world. They probably want to post about their relationship on Facebook and just say good things about their relationship to other people. For example, I'm a Venus in Cancer, and my girlfriend is a Venus in Leo. So it was very easy for us because we posted about our relationship, like us being together during our first weeks of relationship on Facebook, because it was important for both of us. So yes, if you want to be with Venus in Cancer, just don't violate their space, don't violate their food, and make them feel protected and loved. And they will love you back. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you want to see more videos like this one, please like and subscribe. I will do next video about Venus and Leo, and I also will be doing video about Enneagram 4 and love and sexual relationship. So if you're more into Enneagram, you can also stay tuned. And have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I hope you will all have a wonderful week. And see you soon. Goodbye.